I am joined by the lovely, endearing Tatianna. Tatianna, thank you so much for sitting in with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, so you're here at the conference. Have you been to the conference before?
I have not. It's my first time.
This is why I wanted to chat with you. What brought you out to the conference?
We have a couple locations here in California.
Uh-huh.
We work nationwide.
Uh-huh.
We work in many different states. And we just wanted to keep up to date with all the different changes that are happening in California.
And so you have some responsibility to keep aware of the California new stuff and legislation and requirements, and so you thought this is the right conference to come to.
That is correct, yes.
And how's it holding up so far? It's early, I know.
Yeah, no, it's holding out great. A lot of the information, I keep making mental note of who I need to track down later to ask a couple questions.
Yeah, and did you attend the session that I ran earlier today?
I did, I was
You
there.
have thoughts on that?
It was great.
You have to say it's good now that we're on camera together, but what are your real thoughts?
I took a couple notes. I had to take my notepad out because at first I was just listening and I was like, this is fine, this is great. And then I was like, oh, I need to take a note of that. That is important. I need to come back to this one.
Oh, good.
So I kept going back to that. So
what are you looking forward to most about the conference?
Clearance on some of the new regulations, a couple answers, hopefully connect with people that have similar experiences in the overall, so compensation, pay, HRIS systems, seeing what's new. I was watching some of their booths and getting their information because there are benefits that we're interested in.
Yeah, so here at the Expo Hall, you have a lot of folks that obviously paid some money to say, hey, listen, what I bring to the HR community, I would like HR folks to know about.
Yes.
And so you can kind of walk around and see who works for a company that thinks they want to be on my radar, right?
Yeah, correct, yes.
Yeah. And maybe you found some decent vendors?
Yes, we have been looking for a particular issue that we had, and I found a great vendor, had a great conversation with them, got the card, I'm ready to go, I'm very excited.
Love it.
Because we have been looking for this for a while, and looking for it online is different than having somebody that will talk to you without any pressure. They're not selling you anything, you get the card back, but it's nice to actually see the different types and decide, this is the one that I'm more interested in.
And did you travel in from out of town for this?
I came from BWR in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We're located in Maryland's Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
So I arrived yesterday at midnight my time, 9 o'clock
you poor
California
thing.
time. And bright and early.
You were up bright and early, watch me at 8 a.m.
Bright and early, yes.
No, I hope we woke you up. Talk to me a little bit about getting the budget for something like this, and how do you go about that? Why did you think this was important? I know you mentioned the California stuff, but really to be in person versus virtual, which was an option.
I don't think you can get the same experience being virtual.
I agree.
Again, you can get somebody's number on the website, find them, talk to some salesperson, but being in person gives you a completely different perspective. And like I said, this is my first time being here. Normally my manager is the one that comes to these ones, but she just came back from a different state. Yeah. So we're kind of tag team in this.
Did you explain them? You sent me this first time conference and they threw me on a podcast. This is wild. There's nothing more LA than that.
Yes,
right?
I mean, hey, my first time in Orange County, that's where I was staying, and first time in Anaheim. I'm like, oh, there's trees in here. This is lovely. So I do enjoy a lot of this, but I think it is great. Budget-wise, it is absolutely worth it. Yeah. I mean, there's only so much law you can read, so many reams of paper that you can read to get the tiny answer that you need. Yeah. And having somebody here, attorneys, lawyers, people in the field that have had to deal with this situation to actually give us a real-life answer, real-life example, real-life experience.
Totally. So last question I want to ask you, within the realm of HR, what's keeping you up at night?
California, in general. California in general, absolutely. I mean, like I said, we work in over 20 different states. And California is definitely a country of its own. We are expanding the business in California. So it's trying to make sure that we are keeping up to date with all these things. And HR in general, but mostly focused in California. And because the changes in California are so much different than anything else in any of the other states that we operate. It is literally California in general.
I know. Well, it keeps people like us employed and brings us out and stuff. So, well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. If you need anything, of course, we're here for you. And it is such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
There seems to be a